Okay, moving away from emotional issues of the past. Now, this isn't just taking off and forgetting all about it. This is moving into the Nine of Cups, which is happiness, control of your own emotions here. So there could have been something here that comes up in November where you feel like you have not been in control of your emotions and or your destiny and or your relationship. And you're willing to move away from those energies and move into a brand new start where you honor yourself and your emotions. You want to be happy, okay? You could be finding at night that you have a very different personality than you do during the day as well. Okay. So yeah, you've put a lot of energy out. You've got this great idea and you're waiting for the money to come back, for the person to come back. You've got a really good idea that this is going to be happening for you. You're really thinking positively about it at this time. You're still holding on to your passions though. This is very much one of your cards here. You're holding on to who you are, but you're also waiting for something to come back to you at this time. Okay. It comes off the back of a lot of struggle, a lot of people putting their 2 cents in as to what you should be doing at this time. Communication with people has probably been a bit of an issue at the moment. If you're in arguments or disagreements with people, be careful that it doesn't end up escalating, okay? It might be time to take some time out and move away from this struggle at the moment to find your own happiness within, to get yourself back and centered. Happiness within is going to lead to a new financial start as well. Okay, so we'll get into it further. Feeling very quick at the moment. Feel like this urgency in me at the moment. So you might be feeling like you've waited long enough. You've stood here and waited too long, actually. And now you're deciding, right, I've had enough of waiting. I'm actually going to do something about it. I'm going to go after my own happiness. I'm no longer willing to engage with this individual or individuals about this drama. It's time to move on. Yeah. Leo's very indicated here, so once again you could be dealing with a Leo, and all this is you being very strong, okay? You're having to tame the beast within in some way. You're having to use balance to do so, okay? It's going to take a soft touch. Make sure you have that soft touch with yourself first and foremost. Make sure you're looking after yourself. Be patient with yourself. Forgive yourself. And be very kind. Be very kind, not just with yourself, but with others in this scenario here. Yeah, okay. So this Leo here, okay, is embodying a lot of, if that's who you're dealing with here, embodying a lot of feistiness, a lot of fights, a lot of disagreements here. They've probably come in and said something they shouldn't have without even thinking about it. And they've done some damage in some way, not knowing what really they were saying, okay? It's very important not to reciprocate that. Don't rush back in and say something that you will regret, okay? It's time to actually hold on to your emotions during this very watery Scorpio season at the moment. Hold on to those emotions and just work diligently on your own projects or on your own relationship with yourself at this time. Yeah. Hard work is going to be in front of you though, okay? This is going to be a little bit of an uphill slog. Be very patient with yourself, okay? Take the time needed to work on the groundwork of this relationship or this project here. Make sure you've got all the things you need in place. So if you're deciding to move in some way, make sure that you know where you're going and what you're doing when you do so, as in if you're moving home, make sure that you have a backup plan, money put aside, or an idea of the kind of house that you want, and slowly and methodically move towards that, okay? It's not a time for knee-jerk reactions in any way, okay? Yeah, another card of yourself here. You're all over this. So yes, you might be, and or you're dealing with a younger Leo here. Make sure that you also call on that younger, fun-loving part of yourself when coming up with decisions. Decide to go in a new direction, but make sure it's for the betterment of yourself in some ways, okay? Make sure that you are focused is what I'm getting through mostly. Focus, okay? Focus on the end goal here, okay? Even if you have to start from the very beginning, make sure that you know the final outcome of what you want, okay? It's time to take things in a more, what would I say, a more carefree attitude is needed, okay? That's what's coming through here. Carefree attitude, but also an attitude of being able to move forward with all the boxes ticked, if you know what I mean. As in, yeah, don't just be too spontaneous that you end up having to come back and fix things later, okay? Yeah, okay. So yes, this is the embodiment that you wish to have this month. This is somebody that's got their finances, their emotions, their thoughts, and their passions in control to be able to master themselves. You could be finding that people are actually coming to you for advice as well. Like, you know, Aries, you managed to get over this. How did you do so? So you might find that, yeah, people around you, possibly younger people, are coming to you for advice on how to get over a certain issue in their life at the moment. Yeah, so you do have your world in the palm of your hand, literally with this card, okay? And or it's time to realize that you are the center of your universe here. You are the creator in your life. Hold on to that beautiful, fiery, passionate insides that is you, Aries. But also know that you create your own life. So decide what life you want. What's your best case scenario, okay? What's your best case scenario in this? Yeah, it could have a lot to do with marriage here and or a very committed relationship. You might be going to counselling. You might decide, right, well, this relationship's not going the way I want it to. And you've decided to call on somebody else outside the relationship here to be able to help you out. And or other individuals with some issues between them, whether it be work or family, as I said, or love relationships here are coming to you for advice and guidance. Make sure that you are impartial if that's the case. Don't take sides, okay? And give advice from your own experience as best you can. Because there's going to be inevitable resurrection, not just of yourself, but of your life, okay? So if you feel like your life was really not going the way it wanted to, you wanted it to, and or things have been happening out of your control here, there's going to be a huge resurrection when it comes to your status as well, okay? You've got to get a lot of guidance at the moment as well. Okay, and you're wanting to resurrect a relationship at the moment, but I would suggest that you spend this time, particularly in Scorpio season, focusing on yourself and not focusing on things of the past. Focus on yourself and bettering yourself right now. Focus on yourself and bettering your work prospects right now, and also focusing on your health. And where you want to be in the next few months, okay, even the next few years. What's your ideal outcome? What do you want, Aries? Okay, it's coming right through. What do you really want? Okay, because focusing on things of the past is only going to leave you in a very melancholic situation. Okay, it's going to leave you just going over things and feeling like you are trapped. There's at least 2 other individuals here willing to support you emotionally. Okay, but yes, if you are getting to a point where you don't seem to see anything but the problems of the past, maybe 3 broken marriages, 3 broken relationships, 3 friends that have left you or something like that, and or feeling like you are separate from all these different scenarios, it's time to actually start to fall back in love with yourself, okay? But also just know that there are at least 2 other individuals in your life here willing to support you through this. And or there's 2 other things you need to be very thankful for. 2 other situations, 2 other emotional supports, even if it's your dog or the roof over your head. Just pull it right back to simple things. There's 2 things in your life that right now that you can be very thankful for. Because once you do so, you are going to feel like you have achieved what you wanted. Okay, so aiming for what you want, heading in that direction, to pulling your energy away from people and situations and issues in your life is going to lead you to a point where you're actually victorious over this situation. And that doesn't mean someone won above someone else here. It sort of means that you are able to get yourself to a point where you are very proud of yourself. Very proud of your achievements, very proud of where you live, very proud of your relationships, okay? And rightfully so, you should be. Once again, these are 2 other individuals here at least who are supporting you through this. If you don't think you have anybody supporting you at the moment, you'll soon find in the month of November that there are at least 2 other people that are very supportive of you, okay? Admire you for just how well you've handled something, okay? Admire you for your work ethic. Admire you for how you've handled yourself, okay? Also, animals are highly indicated here too. So, supportive animals around you. If you have a deer, a pet, make sure you acknowledge that animal as well. Okay. Yeah, because it's going to take you balancing your male-female side here. It's going to take you healing the relationship between the male and female side. It's also going to take you healing the issues you might have had with your parents as well. It seems to come up at the moment. You might have found that you didn't have a great relationship with your parents, and now all those issues are popping up in Scorpio season, because Scorpio takes us right down to the deep depths of our subconscious and our emotions around it. So, if those issues are coming up, it's time to look at that and address it if you need help and assistance to be able to work through those things. There's people there to help you. It could be a psychologist, a doctor, a family friend, a lover, colleague, whatever. Okay. But yes, there looks to be, if this is about a relationship here, there looks to be like 2 individuals are going to start to meet each other on an equal footing. The male in the relationship is still a little bit hesitant here. The female in the relationship wants this male to come forward to her, and he's deciding he's sort of 2 minds to do so. Yes, he's putting out his cup of love, but he's also not. He's also frightened of having his heart hurt as well. Okay. But there's that Leo again. So the person you go to help in maybe a relationship issue here could possibly be a Leo doctor. Okay. Or a Leo psychologist or something like that, which will be able to help mend any rift that might be going on at this time. And or you're calling back into the younger times of when your relationship was a lot younger, okay, and you were a lot younger, and you're working through the emotions of that this month, okay. Yeah, because in the past you could have found that one person was definitely giving to one person more than the other, okay. And or you found that in your parenting situation here that maybe one of your siblings got more than you, or vice versa. You might have felt like the scales weren't balanced. You didn't get the right amount of attention or something when you were younger. So it's up to us as we get older, as we become adults, to work through those issues and to not replicate them to our children and our children's children. So now's a really good time now to check in with that and make sure that if you have children, that you're giving to them equally and without prejudice here. Make sure you're caring equally for all your children, okay? Also, if you have elderly parents, just popped in, if you have elderly parents here, you might feel like you're giving too much attention to them and not looking after yourself here. It's time to balance things out a little bit and make sure you take that time to actually care for yourself. We can't care for others if we don't care for ourselves first and foremost, okay? And yeah, this will take work, okay? You're not afraid of work, Aries, not afraid of work, but it's a slow, steady progress. It's not something that can be fixed overnight. This problem has been there for a very long time, and it will take work. It will take sowing the seeds of things to change and slowly and diligently working on them to get the results that you really want out of this situation.